Hello and welcome to No Look Reviews, where we watch United games so you don't have to. So, it's a good day so far. We just came off a win against Wigan Athletic. Not a big club, not a special win, but we're through in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
One of the only competitions that realistically we could probably, fingers crossed, maybe win. Knock on wood. Not such a bad performance. It was kind of a slow start.
Yeah.
But a very normal lineup, a predictable lineup from Erik ten Hag.
Yeah.
Bringing on McTominay as usual, which we, I guess, didn't like. Didn't see much of him. I guess he had a chance or two in the box, but again, he messed up on those chances.
Yeah.
Other than that, didn't really do much. Maybe defended one or two counters. I don't know. He was kind of there in the box every now and then. So, better on that end. But whenever there's some build-up play, I saw him in the box, and if someone needed to come back, he never came back. It was either Bruno. I saw Højlund coming back. I saw Garnacho running back. Rashford even came back every now and then, which is always surprising because he hasn't worked hard in any game for a long time. But I guess getting back together with your girlfriend kind of helps. So, what else? What else do you got?
Well, let's start off with the lineups.
Oh, yeah.
Andre Onana.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, in our last video, I thought, we're finally going to give Bayendir a game because Onana has to go to AFCON. But I guess he's insecure, or maybe Ten Hag just doesn't trust Bayendir. Maybe it's another flop that he signed.
It makes no sense.
Yeah. I don't know why he signed him. If you're not going to play him in the FA Cup, why would you sign him in the first place?
I don't know.
We got him because Onana was supposed to go to the AFCON, but I think the way the schedule works, even if Onana plays the Spurs game, goes to AFCON the next day, he might not even miss a Premier League game. So he will be back for the next Premier League game. I think he might miss an FA Cup game or something, or he might miss one Premier League game, but that's it.
That's probably it, yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm sure Erik ten Hag is probably hoping that they just get out of AFCON and then he comes back. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, as you said, maybe he just doesn't trust him. Something else wrong.
It's very weird for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, Dalot at left back.
Yeah.
Again, we don't have any left backs. We sent Reguilon back. It seems as if we sent him back and not that Spurs wanted him, even though Spurs has an injury crested themselves. Which again, it's a baffling decision if we were the ones who sent him because we don't have a natural left back at the club. Not even anyone in the academy that can step in.
Yep.
Alvaro Fernandez is off on loan.
Brandon Williams is gone too.
Yeah, Brandon Williams is on. I don't even think he's with the club. I think he's gone for good.
Is he on loan too?
He might be.
I think he's on loan, but we'll have to check.
Yeah.
Fact check on that later.
Yeah. But, so Dalot left back, Varane and Evans at center backs. I think those were the only two natural choices because we don't have anyone else.
Nope.
Mainu, McTominay, Fernandez. Again, I think we're resting Eriksen probably for the Spurs game. So,
hopefully,
yeah. Because Casemiro, like Ten Hag said, he's only doing light training right now, even though he's on the ground. But, yeah, he won't be there for the Spurs game for sure. So, Eriksen, I think, is rested. And then, I don't know about Anthony. Was he on the bench or...?
I don't think he was on the bench either. No, we only had, some youngsters on the bench. Some came on. Mejbri came on.
Pelistri came on.
Yeah. Pelistri actually did one or two good runs. So it was kind of nice to see him back.
Yeah, but I think he's off to Villarreal, actually, on loan. So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I mean, good for him. Experience for him. Game time, which is what he definitely needs. And we're not giving it to him. I don't know why, even though...
Yeah, Ten Hag doesn't trust him. I think it's simple. There's some youngsters that we think are good enough, but Ten Hag doesn't seem to rate them, and Pelistri just seems to be one of them. So, yeah, Pelistri came on at the end. Not even a lot of time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Probably played for 10 minutes, if that.
I mean, Pelestri's played games for us. He's had substitute performances that were actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
Whenever we came back, he came in and kind of created something here and there out of the flow.
Yeah.
But whenever he started, which is maybe once or twice under Ten Hag, he didn't play that well.
Yeah, he never got that run of games like Garnacho did. You see Garnacho now, he's the mainstay. You're not gonna bench him. If you do maybe once every 5 or 6 games. But Pelistri never got that run of games to actually show his talent and prove that he can do it on a consistent basis. So
and I mean, we've seen it from him, right? We've seen him run towards defenders, run against defenders, run down the line, get a crossing, get a pass into the box, and that's kind of what we need right now. But I don't know. The manager's making a decision that kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't give a lot of other players a chance, and at this point, We don't have a lot of games going on, so I guess it makes sense just to start with the same lineup. I don't know.
Yeah.
Playing it safe, maybe. Kind of scared. Who knows?
Yeah.
A lot going on.
We were thinking about Mejbri, actually. I know you mentioned this offline. So we discussed that Mejbri is going on loan.
Yeah.
Initially, I think a couple of days before that report came out, even Fabrizio said that he's not going on loan. Ten Hag's blocking that move. Now I don't know, actually, like what's going on. Like I don't know if United has approved the move or not, but something to watch out for Mejbri. Another one that Ten Hag just doesn't seem to rate. So
yeah. It's kind of interesting with Mejbri. He's played games. He's had that engine in him, but again, kind of a clumsy player here and there, messes up. But again, you see that a lot of youngsters. So, I mean, I'm not going to give him too much shit for it. He showed passion for the badge. And I like the guy. I like the kid. He works hard for the club, right? So
he's a shit house. Like, I love a shit house.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
But when he came on today, he kind of had a weird face. I don't know what it was. Maybe he doesn't want to go away. Maybe something else on his mind. Who knows? Could be anything, but I just didn't feel like he was exactly too excited to come onto the pitch. He still ran around, he still did his thing, but it was only a couple minutes, so who knows? Who really knows what's going on there?
Yeah, so again, moving on to the game, I think you covered this initially. Like, it was a slow start to the game.
Yep.
I think throughout the 90 minutes, actually, United did dominate, but it was a very slow tempo.
We got countered on a couple times.
Yeah.
Initially, at the start of the game, Onana had to make a big save.
Yeah, that was a big save, actually. If we go down at that point, I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm pretty sure we're losing at that point if that goes in. I was really sure that was going to go in, but Onana came out with a save, which is good for him because he doesn't do that often.
Yeah, but luckily for us, it's the only chance Wigan created. So, but after that, it was just United attack after United attack. I don't know what we ended off on. I think somewhere around the second half, I saw we had 22 attempts,
That's crazy.
8 on target, but I'm pretty sure we surpassed that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, United dominated the game. Like, we had lots of chances.
Yep.
Højlund, I think, had an off game. Like, he worked hard. Like, he was good in the build-up play, linking up with teammates. But when it came to the final finish, like, I don't know, there's just something missing today.
He kind of very much just did his thing, held up the ball, like ran around the pitch. Again, as I said before, he did come back for the ball whenever needed.
Yeah.
McTominay did not do that when he was in the box. McTominay was pretty much playing Højlund's position every now and then, which is kind of annoying. I just don't like why he does that. It makes sense that you need an extra body in the box because when Højlund comes back, then you need someone there. But then again, just have one tall blonde motherfucker in the box and that's it. Why do you need both of them?
Yeah.
Because then you just don't have the build-up play. Like, Dalot is coming off as an inside, what is it called? Like, inverted fullback. And then he's playing as that CDM, kind of helping out. Bruno's coming back, putting in some crosses, but then we know how dangerous Bruno can be in that number 10 position, right? As that second striker or whatever he wants to play as. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's kind of interesting why Ten Hag plays McTominay. I get it why sometimes, but in other situations, it makes no sense. Yeah. So, I mean, that's that. Garnacho had a decent game, created chances. He put in a curler with his left foot that hit the crossbar. Actually, a pretty good shot, if you ask me. Anthony can't do it at all, even though his
he's left-footed.
He's left-footed. He still can't do it. I mean, he's done it initially when he came into the team, but again, since then, jack shit.
And you know why that is? Because that's the only thing he can do. Garnacho, on the other hand, moves to the left, moves to the right. He can, just drive down, cross the ball. But Anthony just wants to cut in and shoot. So defenders have figured him out, and I think that's his problem. Yeah. Like, he needs to figure out a different style of play. Yeah. And until he figures something out, like, he's just gonna be, like, defended out of the game every single game, and we're just gonna be like, what's Anthony doing? Like, he's the worst signing ever. But I don't think he's that bad. I think he just needs to improve and develop different aspects to his attack.
I mean, I was watching a video on YouTube or Gary Neville's podcast or something. He said this, right? He apparently, people have heard that Anthony was valued at 25, but United signed him for 85. Yeah. Who knows why they signed him for that much money, but it's not his fault that he signed for a big fucking check. Yeah. He is not worth 85. None of us think that he's worth 85. Yeah. His initial 3 games, maybe we think maybe it's a good investment, but at that point, how far downhill it's gone. Mm-hmm. So, 25 was a fair point, maybe 40 mil, I don't know. We paid 60 for Mount, so why not just pay 40 for this dude? They're both just sitting on the bench anyway, so why does it matter at this point?
Moving back to the game. I think we created a lot of chances, but again, we also missed a lot of chances. But luckily for us, It was one Diego Dalot.
Again,
I don't know. See,
I mean, it's been a while.
I'm so conflicted. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to rate him. I don't know I don't know if he's good or if he's absolutely dog shit. Like he's so up and down in terms of his performances. I can't actually rate him.
I feel like the thing is when the team does well, when the team has the ball,
yeah,
he really helps a lot. He's good under possession. He's good, kind of moving the ball around, playing as that inverted fullback that Ten Hag is playing him on the left side as. But whenever we're defending against like an attacking team, he's not it.
Yeah,
he just cannot play those one-on-ones. He can't like get the ball back. He messes up, and that's gonna cost us a lot. Messing up in this game in a low block, is okay. Obviously, we get countered, and we don't really have the legs to, I guess, tackle that counter or play against that counter. But again, whenever we're under possession, whenever we're dominating, he is one of the players that plays really well. He runs around. He's one of the only people. I actually saw him coming into the midfield, getting into the box, coming back, moving around the pitch. On the left side mainly, obviously, because that's his position.
Yeah.
And he plays it well. And then Bruno's doing it on the other side. Mainu is doing amazing, going back to the center back position, coming back and playing around the box, wherever he needs to be.
Yeah.
The only two players that I really see that don't do that is Rashford and McTominay. McTominay's worse. Rashford still did some this time, but I don't know, man. I think that's the only reason why Dalot shines in some games and just plays dog shit in other games. So that might be it.
Yeah, it could be true.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. Like if we had to sell one of Wan-Bissaka or Dalot, I can't pick.
Yeah, I can't pick. I think unless we find a world class right back, like someone like really good, like maybe a Frimpong or something. We don't have to sell either of them and just keep them in the right back position because we have a lot worse situations going on right now around the team, around the position. So we might not really need to focus on this position at this point.
Yeah, it is a weakness though.
Yeah, it is a change would be nice.
Yeah.
It would be preferred, obviously, but I think there's a lot better positions we can focus on at this point.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
but all right, so again, the goal itself,
it
actually was started by McTominay, I'm not going to lie.
That's true.
It started by McTominay. He turned the midfielder.
Yeah.
We were on a counter. Passes the ball to Garnacho. Garnacho again sprints down the wing, crosses the ball. Actually moves past Hoyland onto Rashford.
Yeah.
Rashford attempts a shot. Deflects off a defender.
Back to him,
comes back to him. Plays a nice lofted pass. Close lofted pass to Dalot. And to his credit, takes one touch, sets himself up, and through 7 defenders. I counted. I paused the highlights and I counted.
The fucking highlights.
I counted. So great goal by Dalot. And after that, it was just United. We knew we were gonna win because Wigan didn't offer anything going forward after that point. So
I feel like at that point they just lost hope. Like I mean, if they scored that first goal at the start of the game, they might have had something. They might have had a high fighting spirit. Honestly, no disrespect to them, they came back. They actually were trying. At the end of the game, they had some chances. They were still dominating here and there on the pitch. So credit to them. They're a League One team, and apparently they've had like a lot of problems for the past 5-6 years, according to the commentators and stuff. So credit to them.
And you know what else, but that I actually thought was very interesting was the way they were playing. Like for a League One team, they were actually building up from the back, and I was like, "What the hell am I watching?" Like,
the goalkeeper almost messed up on one or two options, but he actually did well. Did well.
Yeah, I think the goalkeeper was the weakness in their build-up. But the defenders, to their credit, I saw them moving the ball pretty well. There were a couple of instances while we were pressing them really hard on the wings, and they were able to move the ball out. So credit to Wigan.
And apparently they're like the 4th or 5th youngest team in League One or something. Oh, wow. It's crazy. It's probably just all academy players, maybe a couple signings here. They're cheap ones. There's nothing crazy going on there. But credit to the manager, credit to the team.
Yeah.
We might see them in the Prem, hopefully.
I mean, I would like to see them because growing up, they were always a mainstay.
Yeah, they were always there.
At least for me. I don't know if they've always been a Prem club or not, but I've seen them.
They were there for quite a while.
I remember them winning the FA Cup against City, 2013. Yeah. And they got relegated the same season, so... under Roberto Martinez. So no, I have a soft spot for Wigan just because of nostalgia. But moving on. Again, it was just United dominating the game, and then the second half, I guess not much really happened.
I mean, it's the same thing. We were dominating. We were playing around the box. They try to counter. We get the ball back. We dominate. It was just a back and forth in that sense. Not much of a back, but mainly forth for us. So it was a good thing. I think it gives us a little bit more confidence. I still don't see why we need McTominay, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, in this game, like, it was fine if Maine was a lone midfielder just because, like, we were so far high up and we were dominating the game that we didn't need McTominay to be there. But against Spurs, we do need a second midfielder for sure. And then
it's more like sometimes McTominay needs to do the right thing. I don't mind playing him. He's a decent player. He used to run back up and down the pitch. Like, he did the right things. He used to do the right things at least. But now he just sits up in the box and that's it. Sometimes he'll come back to defend and then maybe we pass it to him and make a play through him, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't see too much from him. Too much running, too much kind of ambition, passion for... I don't know. It's kind of weird how his style of play has changed under Ten Hag.
Yeah,
and he still plays. So it's very interesting on how that goes. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was pretty much it. Second half, and then towards the end of the game, as we move between Rashford and Bruno, Bruno actually, fakes the defender. The defender swipes his leg at him. It clips Bruno lightly, and Bruno had to fall because he would have gotten the penalty otherwise. And Anthony Taylor, for once, gave us a decision, and it was a penalty to United. Bruno missed against Chelsea. I think that was his only penalty this year. And did well. Sent keeper the wrong way, and then 2-0, and that was pretty much the game.
Yeah, we had a bunch of chances, a lot of sitters that we missed.
Yeah,
Garnacho hit the bar. McTominay missed an absolute sitter. Højlund missed a big, he hit the bar, missed a big chance. And there was a lot of those. McTominay stole the ball off Højlund and missed it. That was so annoying. He should have just feinted that or something, and Højlund would have had a better chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bruno went for a shot where he could have actually passed to Højlund, and he could have shot with his left foot. He actually had a decent chance there. There were 4 defenders in the box, so obviously a confusing time. But here and there we had good chances. We messed it up. We fumbled the bag. But, I mean, not fumbled the bag. We still won. But, that was that, I guess. I mean, pretty much that's it for the game, unless you have anything to add.
No. So we go through, and then all big teams won their FA Cup games this weekend.
That's true. All the big teams.
All the big teams won. City beat Huddersfield 5-0.
Yeah, Foden with a class performance there.
There were 2 very good finishes, I would say.
Yeah.
I actually liked his near post finish a lot.
Actually, it was far post.
Oh, was it far post?
Yeah, it was actually far post. We were watching. I think he missed it at the second angle. It showed it was far post.
Yeah, because Alvarez actually didn't mean to pass him the ball. I think he went for a shot or something, and Foden controlled it really well. Yeah. And, that was a good finish.
Yeah. That Alvarez goal there, he was sliding. That was so stupid, but he got a goal there.
Yeah.
Right position, right place, the right time.
Liverpool won against Arsenal. Arsenal dominated the game, had a lot of chances, but Liverpool took theirs, and they won.
That was a bad one for Arsenal.
Yeah, for Arsenal. I mean, there was a funny tweet. Ian Wright, actually in the middle of the game, he was in the stands, and he tweets, "We need a killer in terms of a striker. They need a striker," even though Kai Havertz, whom they signed for 65 million, was playing.
I mean, I think he was never signed as that striker because he's never played the striker position. He never plays that.
He plays it. He plays as a false 9. If you want to.
I mean, him, Rice, and Odegaard play in the midfield, right? It's like
but it's not that he's never played. Like he's played there. He's played there, and he was played there this game.
Even Chelsea too, and this game, I guess. Yeah.
But Arsenal. I mean, it wasn't just him. Like Saka, Odegaard hit the bar. I just Reece Nelson missed a lot of chances. But Liverpool won, and who else won? Chelsea won 4-0.
Broha and Sterling.
Broha played really well, I would say.
He had like one good header, and then the other one he got over the bar. It was almost there. Sterling scored a free kick.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I don't know how he started doing that, but he's been doing that now, I guess, every now and then.
Yeah. I actually like Mykhailo Mudryk. I don't know. I think he's very raw, but there's a player there. Like, I think similar to Timo Werner. I know people make fun of him. I think except for finishing, Werner has all the other qualities. I think Mudryk is similar. He's not a striker, but he's very pacey. Like, he works hard. He's actually pretty strong.
His dribbling's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, he has a lanky body.
Yeah, it's just his end product and just, I guess, his IQ. Decision making.
Yeah.
But I think there's a player there.
100%. He has the talent. That's why they signed him, right? That's why a lot of clubs are after him. But
so hopefully, he turns up sometime. Because I would like Chelsea to do well again. Not win the league, but I would like them to compete. They're also a team that we grew up hating because they always competed with United. So
competition's always fun, you know.
Yeah.
And every time you see the league leaders losing to like an 8th place team, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it just every time something crazy happens, you don't expect it, but like that City Chelsea game 4-4, like Tottenham and Chelsea play, like those games are amazing. But then again, the rest of the games that Chelsea's played were like,
And you want them to do well, right?
Yeah.
Like you want the good teams to play really well. You want these players to play really well because that's why we love the game. Like you want them to actually perform and fulfill their potential. So, and then Villa won 1-0, I think.
Yeah,
and
Matty
then
Cash saved their ass.
Yeah, and so did Spurs.
Yeah, Pedro Porro saved their ass there.
Porro.
Yeah.
So like all the big teams are through, and it's going to be an exciting FA Cup run going forward. The next draw isn't out yet because there's still replays of this round that are still to be played.
But I think they're doing the next draw this week, right? Sometime this week, I think.
I hope so. I would like to know who we're playing next. Ideally, like I would like to play a smaller team, just so we can build on the confidence.
We definitely need that.
I wouldn't say we have a hard run of games at any time in the second half of the season. Like there
are some
here
games.
And there.
Yeah.
But it's not in a row. Like in the first half of the season, like we had like Bayern and I think it was City.
I mean that was Champions League. We fucked that up so hard.
So
yeah. All right. Let's. I mean, that's that. All the big teams made it. Let's move on to, I guess, player of the month, player of the match, and clown of the match, right? So.
All right, you start with the player of the match.
All right, player of the match for me was Maino.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't do anything extraordinary during the game, but him just being there was extraordinary.
Yeah.
Like, him controlling the midfield, being that lone center mid or lone CDM that Ten Hag likes to play, he still controlled the game. He went into positions where he was needed. He got the ball back. If he messed up here and there, which is okay, he's kind of clumsy. He's still like raw, kind of. So like, I don't give him shit for it. I'm never gonna give him shit for it.
But honestly, he's not that defensive midfielder. Like we're playing him there because we need to, because we don't have anyone else who can dictate the tempo of a game. But he needs that. If you have a Casemiro beside him,
it'll be nice.
Or any other like competent defensive midfielder. It'll be nice because they can cover up for whenever he messes
he needs
up
to go up or like mess up,
yeah, because he does have that in him. Like he kind of like very casual in a sense. So you need someone to like mop up after him. So when he's the sixth, like we saw against West Ham, it could be fatal sometimes. But honestly, he's a great player.
He's a great player. He's a great talent. He's still pretty raw.
Yeah.
But you see the quality in him and the way that like if he develops to the right type of player, he's gonna be a long-term investment for United. He's a long-term player. He's gonna be there for a long time. Like I just don't know. He's amazing. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. I would like to see him play at United for as long as possible and actually develop into the player that we see him getting into, the potential that he has, reaching that potential. Because you know how United structure is right now, and it seems tough for young players to come in and actually develop the right way. So hope for the best. Fingers crossed. He gets there. Yeah. And what about you?
I'll go with Garnacho.
All right.
This season, I think Garnacho and Hojlund are, I guess, my favorites. I've bought the stocks of it, fully invested.
Fully invested. All your eggs in
I just feel like, I don't know if it's a good comparison to make, but he just reminds me of a young Ronaldo. Just the way he's so confident every time, and he has
that little bit of cockiness.
He has that edge. Like even today, there was a moment where I think it was McManaman from Wigan. Kind of gives him a push, but he hits, like he pushes him back. It was nice to see. Like I like that. Like again, another shit house.
We like that little bit of fight in our players, right? We always need that, right?
Yeah. It's a shame he's Argentinian, cause.
Not a shame.
I mean, in terms of like, it would be like for the semantics, it would be nice if he was Portuguese, because it's like, it's a passing of the torch. You know what I mean? Like,
I get that.
Another young Portuguese comes through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean he does idolize Ronaldo a lot, so who knows? He might go Portugal. Who knows? That's not happening, but
Garnacho for me.
Yeah, I mean he played a great game. Both of those guys played a great game.
Yeah.
And moving on, clown of the match, and I guess we're both agreed on this.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's McTominay. He missed a couple sitters. I don't like the way Ten Hag plays him. We don't need him. I'm going to say it again. We don't need two tall blonde men in the box. We just need one of them.
Yeah.
And as we saw, that one chance where McTominay just stole the ball that was going to Højlund. I mean, it was a good chance. If he scored that, I wouldn't have given him too much shit for it. But either way, if Højlund gets that ball, he scores.
Yeah.
I hope he scores at least. I mean, he missed up a bunch of sitters this game too, so I don't know what would have happened. But that's it. McTominay, for me, doesn't come back. He's just in the box, sitting there waiting for the ball to eventually come to him, but he never tries to help in the build-up play unless he's running back up front from the back. But and he never shows up with the ball, as we've already seen. So yeah, I mean, unless you have something else to add, I guess
I do have something else to add actually. Like, I think this is more of a Ten Hag issue than a McTominay issue, but the way we actually set up in terms of our formation and players is always that we're trying to rescue a game or we're chasing a game because we have those two big men in the box. But our intensity levels and the way we move the ball around, we don't play that way. So the way, like, our system doesn't match our players and our intentions, right? So I don't know, like, why Ten Hag's doing that. I don't know why we have McTominay starting games. Like, if he's starting games, then honestly, I think we take off whoever's playing striker that game.
Yeah.
Because McTominay, honestly, he is playing like a striker. Like, this season, he is playing like a striker. I don't think he's put in one midfield performance like he's always like in the box, like around the box, trying to create a run, trying to take players off of Højlund, or whoever else is in the box. So yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, it doesn't seem right.
I mean, the last game he kind of came on as a CDM and played that position. Like, the thing is, that's what I always say, right? If you give McTominay the right type of instructions, I think he can play that role because he's always been that high energy CDM for us, for Ole, for any other manager, like Fred and McTominay, the high energy center mids.
Yeah.
He obviously has a weakness when he needs to show for the ball, but he tends to be the bigger body in the midfield that attracts a lot of defenders and a lot of midfielders from the other team, which kind of helps. Like, that would open up Fred or any other midfielder in the game and then kind of go through there. Yeah. And honestly, it helps Bruno because Bruno obviously is a lot more dangerous in that position, the number 10 position, even though roams around a lot. It just messes up a lot of other things. I don't know what it is with Ten Hag's obsession with McTominay. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are asking that question, but I guess we'll have to see. I guess we'll have to make some changes in the coming future. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's someone who loves the club. Like, you can tell just by the way, like, he comes across, like, in interviews and like, even the way, like, I not saying the effort levels because, like, he doesn't run back as much, but like, you can tell he cares. Like, he cares about United, but it's not a right fit in terms of the player and what the team needs right now. And I think it's just best if United, like, gives him a move that's good for his career as well. And you get some money for him back. So
I mean, West Ham were trying to sign him for 30 mil.
I know, but, like, again, we couldn't have replaced him. Like, the club's not competent enough to actually replace him with that money. But hopefully with INEOS and better, more competent people in charge, hopefully in the summer things change. But we don't know. We don't know until it happens, right? So I don't even think it's good to have hope right now because we need to see results before we actually start giving them any credit.
I mean, hopefully soon enough we start seeing some changes. I mean, hopefully the January transfer window makes a little bit more sense. And I mean, I've already brought this topic up, I guess, so we can move on to our transfer discussion. The January transfer window is going on right now. We've already heard a couple of rumors here and there. We wanted Timo Werner, but he went to Tottenham, which kind of sucks. But I guess it kind of makes sense in the way that United are trying to lose some people before they sign some people, which is the right thing, but you got to be quicker about it. We've always been messy in these types of situations. We never do our discussions or meetings or signings early on in the transfer season. We just do it at the end of the day, and then we just sign whoever the fuck we can, and then Igalo and regulars and all those people come in. And then they kind of suffer in that sense. We suffer anyways, but the players also suffer, so it kind of sucks on both ways. But yeah, so far, Werner's a miss. That's gone. We're hearing Malin might be an option. Jonathan David came up in discussions, but obviously going to be too expensive for us.
It's not happening.
It's probably never going to happen.
Yeah.
Not until the summer, at least, until we actually let go of some players. Varane and Casemiro might be gone. I don't know if that's the end of the season or if it's now. Sancho is going. Hopefully, Borussia Dortmund already put out a statement saying that they're already in discussions and it's just final things that need to be kind of meshed out.
Yeah.
And then Mejbri is also going on loan. And it's not final where, but Sevilla or Everton are the two options that we're looking at right now. So let's see. I mean, good for Mejbri in that sense. He'll get game time.
He needs that.
Get refined, hopefully. Kind of see. I hope he goes to Everton.
I would love to. Yeah. I was just gonna say that. I think Mejbri under Sean Dyche would be so good.
Yeah,
bro.
just running around.
I know. What a shit house, man.
Being the shit house that he is, and again, he gets Prem experience, which he needs, which the kid needs. Yeah. So, hopefully, he can go there. Hopefully, he can get some actual game time. Not really just sitting on the bench because that would just suck. He could sit on our bench. I'll be fine with that. But. Yeah, I don't know who else. Like, we don't really see anything else happening, but...
And I'll tell you why I don't think anything's going to happen. Because everything we hear in the media about, like, what Sir Jim is trying to do right now, it's trying to set a structure and get people in positions so that that structure works, right? Yeah. So, I think Fabrizio today said something that, like, for the sporting director position, I think the most logical choice, even though it's going to be hard, is Dan Ashworth from Newcastle.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to take time because it's not that like it's like a Paul Mitchell situation where actually I don't even know if Paul Mitchell's out of contract or he's going to be in the summer, but Dan Ashworth is locked in Newcastle. Yeah. It's going to be difficult to negotiate.
Get him out of that contract, come back here,
Yeah. And another thing that I did see today at the game was David Gill. So, CEO of United, when Sir Alex was there, he was sitting with Brailsford. I think that's the
INEOS director.
INEOS director.
Yeah.
Another thing that they were trying to do is they are trying to talk to Sir Alex to basically get some ideas about how he ran the club and what he thinks are the guiding principles about the culture that they should set, which I think is good. Like I don't think they should value his opinions on players that they need to buy as such, but in terms of what the culture should be, what should be the standards of the club. I think he's the perfect man, right?
Yeah.
Because he's the guy who ran United, basically.
It's kind of interesting how like a manager doing all those jobs and now no manager kind of sets that up, right? Like you already have director of football, the scouting's done separately, everything's done separately, and the manager just has to manage the team and train the team.
Yeah.
And I guess that will be good in terms of the signings that we've seen so far. I think our managers are incapable of picking the perfect or the best signings for the club.
Yeah.
And at this point we can't even attract too much talent because we're out of the Champions League. We're probably not going to make it. Maybe we make Europa League or maybe we make Champions League in the 5th spot if that ever happens.
See, I don't think that's going to happen just because we don't have anyone really playing the knockout stages. Like we're not going to get those coefficient points that we need to have the 5th spot. So I think Champions League is out for the season.
Yeah.
The only possible scenario is maybe Europa League if we somehow, climb up the league or win the FA Cup and get through the qualifier rounds.
And that means a lot of talent just doesn't want to show up to our team. So,
but I mean, in a way, that's good because you want players who want to play. Like now that we have the chance to have a clean slate, let's actually have a clean slate and have players who want to be here instead of coming here for the money or the brand or PR. Like let's actually like clean out all the mess that we have here, right? So.
We have a lot of players to clear up.
Like it sucks that we're having shit results, but I'm trying to look at the silver lining.
At this point, I don't care.
Yeah.
We've already been shit. We've always been shit. This is probably the worst we've been. And I would rather clean out the club and actually set up a structure, get things going the right way, and maybe lose next season. Next season, just barely get top 4. I don't even know we're gonna get top 4. Like just do similar to what we're doing right now, and then. Hopefully, the season after that, we actually do better. That's when we aim for top 4 and actually a cup and something like that. So, let's see how that goes. This season was already right off.
Yeah,
maybe FA Cup we do something, but I don't think we're gonna end up winning it. That's just pessimistic.
Honestly, like I would disagree, but honestly I don't. I like if I actually think about it logically, right? Like no, it's
exactly.
Yeah, it's not happening.
You be realistic. You be logical. Like City's there, Liverpool's there. If we get any of those teams in the next round or the next 2 rounds, we're done. We're gone. Unless we get to the final and then play a big team, that'll be different. Yeah. That might get some fight in our players, and at that point of the season, maybe we're in better form and we have all the players coming back from injury and they stay not injured, which is a big thing because that never happens.
I've discussed a lot this episode. But one last thing before we leave, like let's quickly do a Spurs preview. in this lineup, what changes do you want to make? Like from today's lineup, what do you think?
McTominay has to go.
For who?
I mean, ideally Casemiro, but obviously he's only light training. I don't think he's gonna start the game. Maybe come off the bench. I don't even think that's happening. So probably Eriksen, Mainu, and Bruno. That gives us the best chance actually to kind of control that midfield battle.
Yeah.
There's no other way of us actually winning that battle.
Yeah.
Eriksen obviously has his ups and downs. He always loses that physical battle, so I'm not too sure if he might be the best option. But again, the second best is Amrabat. So
is he even fit?
I don't remember.
The thing is, like, we have so many injuries this season. I can't keep track. Like, I don't know what's going on with Shaw. I don't know what's going on with Mount, Amrabat. Like, I don't know where these players are or like if they're even fit. But yeah, like definitely McTominay has to go.
Yeah.
I would also take out Dalot. Like even though he scored a good goal today, like I think we need more defensive solidity. I don't know if we have anyone that can come in, but if it was up to me, I would take out Dalot and McTominay. And I think Eriksen's fit, so Eriksen has to come in. And left back, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think I would keep Dalot. He's had a good run of games. Obviously, defensively, he's not the best, but if we have Wan-Bissaka on the right, or even if Shaw comes back on the left, then Dalot has to be that attacking player because Shaw always plays in that defensive three anyway. He doesn't go up too much. He does, but not all the time.
But I don't think this is a game, though. I think we're going to play on the counter. I think it's going to be similar to the Villa game. So it doesn't matter if we have Shaw versus Dalot. Like I think it's better to have Shaw, honestly, because we need that defensive solidity this game more than any other game.
Mean, I don't exactly disagree with you, but I just don't think he's come back from injury playing that big game because it's going to be a physical game. He's probably just going to get injured again, and I'd rather not have that. So, I mean, that's one of my reasons, and otherwise, I guess it's going to be an even kind of situation playing Luke Shaw over Dalot or Dalot over Luke Shaw, and I don't think realistically, Ten Hag is probably not bringing him on instead of Dalot. And even if Luke Shaw plays the left, Dalot's on the right. Wan-Bissaka then just misses out on the game.
Oh, you think?
Oh yeah, 100%. He doesn't like he does not prefer Wan-Bissaka over Dalot.
Is Son fit? I think he is, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's back. Yeah, it's gonna be.
I don't want to see Dalot get Son, man.
I mean, unless it's Richarlison's playing on the left, that would be different. Because they keep switching them around depending on.
But I mean, like if you have Son on Dalot, I'm sure they're gonna target him. So
that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, Varane is gonna be there on the right, so hopefully he can help out.
Hopefully,
Mainu can probably cover up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's about that.
Yeah. So you predicted a 2-1 loss last time.
Yeah.
Does it stay the same?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna win it. The thing is, I would rather have McTominay on the bench and play Eriksen than have that midfield that I mentioned. But I don't think Erik ten Hag's gonna do that, and I think we're gonna lose for exactly that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Or if not, he'll end up bringing on McTominay, and then McTominay's gonna mess up, and then we're gonna lose because that's what happened when he replaced Mainu with McTominay. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just not very positive about this game, even though Tottenham is kind of struggling. So let's see.
Yeah, I think my only change in prediction is I think it's still gonna be 2-1.
Yeah.
But I do want to add to the prediction. I think Rashford has started to contribute a bit with goals and assists. So I think he might score.
Yeah.
I can see that just with the way they have such a high line, and sometimes it's how stupid.
I mean, he always scores against. I mean, not always, but he scores against Spurs quite a bit.
Like he's a big game player. Like regardless of what we think about his form right now,
especially on the counter. Especially on the counter for countering, he has a very good chance of scoring. So
for sure.
Let's see if that ball over the top from Bruno works out and Rashford gets at the end of it. You know, you never know.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
All right, so let us know what you think about this game, and then comment below if you think we're gonna beat Spurs or predict your scoreline.
Yeah.
And like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next week.
Later. Peace.